This is so exciting. I feel like Ricky Bobby right now.
Who's Ricky Bobby?
I don't know what to do with my hands. Ricky Bobby.
Oh my god, duh.
That's okay. It's okay. You got it though.
Well, thank you for making it up here. Down here. You're coming from up. I'm coming down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm like, where am I? Yeah, Round Rock. So.
I can't believe you make that drive like all the time for go-go dancing.
Yeah. I mean, if I think about it though, I used to make that drive back when my dad had his shop on South First and Altorf. So we would make like a 30-minute drive together, to and from, so in a way I'm kind of used to it, I guess. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the name of the shop?
It was Ladybird Tattoo and Body Piercing. So.
Is that what it is now still up north?
It is, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And how long have you been working as a tattoo artist there?
Let's see. I currently work at tsbluesandtattoos at my best friend's tattoo shop in Georgetown. But when I first started, I was about 15. I was an apprentice for my dad, under my dad. And yeah, I got my first tattoo at 15. And then at 16 was when I started tattooing. Because he felt like I was ready at that point. He had shown me, and like I had been studying at the age of 12. So, and art has always been something that's caught my eye, and I've loved art since I knew what it was. So, yeah.
Does your mom, is she a tattoo artist too, or does your dad?
She's not, just my dad. She's a badass mother.
Yeah?
So, yeah. But she taught me a lot of different things, though, like acting and like just being herself, like made me want to be silly all the time.
Yeah.
She taught me how to be beautiful on the inside, and it wasn't until later in life that I started saying how people like thought beauty was, which would be on the outside, and so it's just, I'm glad she taught me those things, so.
Did she want you to be, or not want you, but is that what inspired you to become a makeup artist too?
She inspired me to dance.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. My inspiration for makeup is, this is going to sound weird. So, my sisters and I have different dads. Go mom, get it, girl. Hey. Live it up. But yeah, my younger sister, I have 3 younger sisters, but the 19-year-old, her father's wife is, we still grew up, going to each family and spending quality time with them because my mom was so open and just wanted to make sure that we had that family mentality. Sometimes, in her life in the past, she didn't have that, so she wanted it to be special for us, so we would do that, and her name is Gracie, and she got us into Bratz dolls and, like, would paint our faces up and, like, do glitter lips and stuff, and we would do little walks and start, like, doing fun stuff, like performing and doing little, Avril Lavigne stuff, doing cute, yeah, it's really sad, but it's fun, yeah, so she's my inspiration for makeup, for sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I knew that you came from a very artistic family.
Yeah.
Just from, like, your posts and stuff.
Every family that I've been a part of, even if it's not like relatives, like blood related, we still were family, and they still had that amazingness of like art in every types, lots of different ways. So it was really fun.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty fortunate for it and very thankful for it. So
yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
You're such like a well-rounded artist with everything. Let me just while we're at it, let me formally introduce to you my multi-talented, super sweet, gorgeous guest. She's, oh man, let's list everything that you do. You may have seen her on Dirty Six as a go-go dancer. Where have you danced at? Like Terminal 6?
Terminal 6, Barcelona lately. Let's see, Voodoo. Voodoo's fun. Vulcan. And I've been in Bet Bar a few times, and La Cueva is a new one. It's a really cool Latin club.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's more in like Pflugerville area. It's off of 6th, but it's still a really cool club. I'm Hispanic, so I'm like, salsa, I'm like, yeah. So, yeah. Lots of cool clubs out there, yeah.
So she's been everywhere. And so who are you dancing with now? Like, or you're like solo, or are you with...
So for go-go dancing, I'm a part of 2 different teams. The first one I was like a part of was my friend Savannah's team. It's Foxy Lane Lefebvre, and the other one is Kinetic Vogue, run by another friend of mine who's from San Antonio. So that's pretty cool. It's really interesting seeing like how different that world is, you know? So I was introduced to that world when I was like 18. I mean, younger, because I would rave, and you shouldn't be raving at a very young age, but sometimes stuff happens.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. But has being in different dance groups, like, is there any conflict of interest, or are they pretty cool about you being with, other performers?
They're pretty cool and open. It's exciting because not a lot of girls are like that. And so there are things that, other groups have thought about and stuff. But we, both teams have a lot of the same girls. And it's all about just being professional and enjoying ourselves and helping people enjoy the clubs and enjoy their nights, So it's like we're like kind of cheerleaders of the bar in a way,
that's a very good description, actually. Yeah. Has anyone... What are your most memorable experiences, like go-go dancing in those windows, like where everyone just sees you?
There have been a few times. I didn't think this would ever happen because growing up I was such a dork. I still am I'm a very dorky person. I mean, that's not bad, but just like growing up a little bit more and being in these groups, I realized, okay, well, I guess I'm a woman because we just stopped traffic just dancing. And people were like, would stop at the stoplight and then would pay attention to us dancing. And then they wouldn't realize that the light had turned green and they were just beep, 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 beep.
Oh, my God.
And I'm just like, whoa, I did that. Like, what? It's a trip. Really cool. Never thought that would happen.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it's cool that we could say that.
Yeah.
Really cool.
You literally stopped traffic.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, mind-blowing experience right there, and it wasn't even that big of a thing.
Yeah.
So that was just awesome. Good moment right there. Nice. Let's see. There were other moments when, I'd go into the club and I felt kind of like a rock star for a moment, when they're like escorting you to the back and they're like, okay, here's your dressing room and here are the costumes that were provided obviously by the teams, but just like all of that together and being able to just have those rules set where they're like, okay, well, if anybody bothers you, let us know, and then we'll take care of it. And it's just like, wow.
Yeah.
Whoa, what a trippy world. It's so cool.
Yeah, I hope that security is pretty tight and they don't allow any, like, mistreatment.
There was one time at Terminal 6, sometimes the people try and go through the sliding windows that we're dancing in front of, in the front of the building. And this guy sees the opening, and I'm just trying to do my thing, do. And he just comes up because he sees that I'm distracted, turn this way, and he starts going in there. And I don't really talk about this, but when I was younger, I was kind of a angry kid. I didn't tell anybody about it. At school, I would have trouble, and I would fight boys because they didn't like me, And I was like, wait, that doesn't make anybody like you. Stop doing that. So, but there were times when I've been able to defend myself, and that night I grabbed him by his shirt, and I was like, what are you doing? And I pushed him out, and I was like, you need to stay out here. You go, be fair. And I was like, get in line. Nice. So yeah, it was just like a that was one time I was just like, whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, but
was he pretty cool, or was he like...
He was really drunk, so... Luckily, he didn't. Okay. He was just like, oh, he didn't know what was happening, so I was like, okay, move it along, bro.
Yeah. So. Do you get decent tips, though?
Yeah. I feel like it definitely depends on the night, too. I feel like Saturday nights are the best times. Fridays are pretty cool. Thursdays, I rarely do that anymore, but Thursdays are like, So, it's just like, I feel like Thursdays are good practice days where, like, if I get really nervous about performing and I get back into it after taking a break because I'm doing other stuff, then it's, like, a good way for me to relax and just, like, feel it out because not a lot of people are out there on Thursdays. So I'm like, okay, it's not that bad. We could do it again tomorrow, and it'll be fun, and more people will be out here, and you're going to be ready for it.
Yeah.
So.
Did you dance during South by?
Not this year. No.
But you have before?
Yeah. Let's see. I think it was maybe last year, and it was only one night, and it had been pretty crazy. Same clubs. They're usually like Terminal 6, so yeah, nothing too crazy.
Is that a 18 and over, 21 and drink club?
Yes, it is.
When did it become that? Because right before it was, oh man, I forgot the name of it.
I forgot what it was before. But they changed it up pretty quick, and I think it's the same management, but just a different club name. So I should know that, but I don't. I'm sorry.
You're failing this quiz,
right? Oh, I was never good in school. Stick with art, I say.
Oh man. Okay, so let's recap. You've done tattoos since 16.
Yes.
And then go-go dancing at 18?
Yes.
And you're a makeup artist?
Yeah.
You do everything.
I try. I dabble.
And I see you got the chest piece.
I designed this. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to flash the world here. I'm trying to be a lady, but yeah, it's got a bunch of like paint brushes as well as makeup brushes. An airbrush, and a tattoo machine. Wow. Yeah, so it's all the things that I really love to do.
And have you been painting anything? Like, do you paint for, like, commission or anything? Or it's mostly your tattoo?
I mostly tattoo, but I have sold paintings in the past. But I've never made it, like, I've never done a bunch of paintings just to make money. I've made them because I felt like pouring out my emotions into it when I feel confused or like sad, depressed, or even when I just like had a really great day and I feel so much love. That's what I put into it. And then if I feel like it's ready, then I'll be like, does anybody want this? Would you like $40? And then my boyfriend will be like, okay, hold on. You should up the price a little bit, and I'm like, okay, yeah, true. So
I feel so uncomfortable putting a price on my work.
I know, it's so strange when some people see even you as a price tag, and it's just like, whoa, I have feelings and I'm a person, bro. So it's like, I guess there are some people who are out there doing art for the money, but I don't feel like I'd ever really wanted to. I like doing that and making money off of it because people value it, and that's what I like about it. But when it comes to like making it and like having to put a huge price on it just because is kind of crazy to me sometimes.
Yeah. I know. Sometimes I'll be like, donations are welcome. Whatever you say.
Right. Yeah.
Or even some type of trade. There's something. I typically work with other artists, so
exactly.
There's ways that we could scratch each other's back.
Yeah, I love the barter system.
Yeah.
I fully believe in that, and I wish we still like did all that and didn't have to rely so much on money because trades are so, I don't know, I think it's valuable and it's like timeless and like priceless sometimes.
Right.
So it's really cool, and you get experience and you grow from it, from meeting new people for those trades. So it's like it's not just a trade, you know?
Yeah.
It's like so much bigger to me. So it's like really cool when I can do trades.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I feel that. Do you ever do that for tattoos though? Because that's a like a liability issue too.
Right, yeah. There have been some trades I've done, you know, my dad and some of my friends who tattoo still do trades and stuff. Like, they'll trade things. Usually, if we are trying, what I used to do is I'd make my money from tattoos, like the normal stuff with regular clients, and then if I'm really looking for something that a friend is wanting for their birthday or like Christmas or something that I can't afford because I'm using the money that I'm making with tattoos for bills and the important necessities, then if I want to have that fun money that I can't use, then I'm like, okay, let's trade for it. Why don't I trade you this tattoo? And I'll get this big ass TV from you, and you know, like, hey, you got a PS4, like, sold. So, you know,
it's perfect. It's flawless.
I love it. Yeah. I'm like, yes,
nice.
Everybody's happy.
What was your first tattoo as a professional?
That I've done.
Yeah.
Okay. My dad has this heart on his arm with a banner that says "Mom," and that's the first tattoo I've ever done on anybody. He was my first customer.
That's cute. Was he like you know, critiquing everything that you're doing? Or?
Always. Yeah. You know, but in a very good way though, to where I was able to learn, because I have anxiety and depression. But I don't show it too much because it's not the world's problem. It's my problem. So what I have to do with that is I just talk to him about it, and he basically knows how to handle that. And so he would do things to keep it positive, but to push me to do better. Because there's always room for improvement. So he wasn't trying to knock me or make me feel less of an artist. So he had his ways of being like coaching, basically. So he was the best coach in that field, yeah. Definitely.
That's sweet.
Right, okay.
Has he done any of your tattoos?
Yes. Majority of my tattoos were done by him. These ones on my knuckles, they say "Dame beso," which means kiss this, or give me a kiss, however you want to take it to the face. And I have these sugar skulls. I feel so one's like fire and one's water. And I feel like that definitely describes my personality, because I'm very flowy and like I'm down to like ride the wave and chill with people. I like to, you know, just, I don't know, it's fun to flow and see where things go in that positive way. But there's also my past where, you know, I would get into fights and like be crazy, and I had that Latina rage, and I'm like spicy. But you know, so like I'm like, hey, it's good to remember the past, and it's good to be chill too. Yeah. And let's see. He did this tattoo as well as my head tattoo.
Oh wow!
I have this one on the side. I made it look like
hair, that's right.
Because I didn't want to freak out my mom too much. So it's the flower of life, and I got this for my grandmother.
Cute.
Yeah, so represent.
Nice.
Yeah, he's done so many of my tattoos, and then I have a few from my best friend and her brother, who's also in many ways my best friend too. So he's done some of these.
Wow.
And yeah, it's been pretty cool. Yeah.
Does he plan on giving you the business when he retires?
Yeah, I think that was his idea on it and what he planned. Not too sure how we're gonna go about it yet, but I'm patient.
Yeah.
So I'm like, do you whatever you want. If you want to give it to me, I'll be right here.
What's
like,
the first thing that you would change about the shop,
let's see.
Aesthetically and?
Okay, so I have different ideas on shops. Like, there's the traditional way where it's like tattoos and piercings, and back in the day it was a man's thing, you know, very masculine, and like things have changed. You know, Kat Von D, she's making it the way she is, and I'm sure it was very hard for her in the beginning to be a tattoo artist in that industry. But seeing that made me like want to push for it. There are other people that inspire me that are tattoo artists, and it's like T and my best friend Ari. They're badass women artists, and that's really cool. There are just, I don't know, the normal shop is cool. That shop life is awesome. But I'm sure there are other shops that do what I want to do, and basically what I would like is to have a big, not a warehouse, but like a big space where it's like one section is for tattooing, one section is for photography and makeup. You know, you can bring in and rent these spots out for multiple artists and give back and do stuff with each other and do more than just tattooing, because not only do I want to learn and kind of tackle and really progress in all art forms in tattooing, like styles. I love all styles of tattooing. And if I can, I will do them all. Portraits, I'm taking my time.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't want to tattoo your grandma and make her look like a potato, okay? She's not a potato. She's more than that. She's your grandma. So, yeah, but, like, I love all art forms, and I would love to have a studio space that just had everything. And once a month or something, I would love to just shut it down and make something where the community can get together and do an art gallery, and we can do some art together, and everybody's the artist type of thing. That's the stuff that I like. That's what my heart wants.
Yeah.
So,
because I could see you doing like circus nights and like having, you know, dancers and all kinds of entertainment.
Definitely. That's my dream right there. Yeah. Bringing everything that I love to do together and for everybody to enjoy. And then maybe it'll inspire people, and, you know, because there's just so much negativity and hate. And I'm like, why can't we all just be happy together and, you know, make rainbows and eat cupcakes, you know, stuff like that. I'm just like such a, yeah, sap. So, yeah. But that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, no, that's an awesome attitude to have. What is the tattoo style that you hate doing? I know you said you like doing it, but like,
let's see,
you're like, not again. Like,
right.
Like
Yeah.
Friday the 13th ones on Friday the 13th. Are those kind of like me?
Those are iffy because I guess there are a lot of artists who don't like doing small scratchy tattoos or like blackout tattoos. I like the style of blackout and like the paintbrush and inking. That I enjoy, but I don't like some places in Europe do the blackout just for the pain, just to get through it. Yeah, it's not even an artistic thing, and I'm not into that. I don't like that part about it. I like the look. It's pretty cool. Friday the 13th tattoos, I don't know, I appreciate them just because it's a personal thing for me. When I was learning how to tattoo, I was doing so many small ones, and that was my practice. And because of those tattoos, I'm able to do very intricate, dainty things, and I've trained my hand through that. So in a way, I appreciate them. I like them because I'm not a cheap person, but I like deals, and I like to have fun with things, so I see like the fun in it. So I guess I kind of like that. I don't know. It's really hard for me because I love all of the styles, I guess.
Or
I don't know. It's hard to.
I guess I'm trying to think of like what are such common tattoos that it's like.
Okay, so it's like there's this funny picture, you guys, of what is it? I think it's a dream catcher going into like the feathers are like flowing, and then the feathers turn into the birds. But it's also like they've added all the like mainstream types of tattoos that a lot of girls get and put it into one tattoo. And I guess that's the stuff right there that I'm like, you can do better. Like, be yourself. Like,
Yeah.
come on. I'm pretty sure if we consult and do like a nice sit down and sketch something out, we can do something that nobody else has that you would really love, that would be so much more personal. So there we go. That you found it. That's the winner, baby.
The dream catcher.
Yeah. I'm like, yikes. Yeah. Yeah.
So I have 0 tattoos, and because I have eczema.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
I have eczema.
Really?
And that does affect it sometimes. So I see why. Yeah, it can be an issue, and it's a struggle for sure. Yeah, I broke out the other day, actually, because I was stressed. So it was like, boop, 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 boop. But it wasn't acne. It was just like, I got eczema. You know, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah. I was just curious if you had any clients that had it, and what type of negative reaction.
Yeah.
To, like, see, like, with eczema, I have thin skin, and I'm always scared that because, you know,
you could break.
And it just doesn't scab right, and I'm always itchy, so I feel like I'm infected.
Right. So what I felt has worked for me is I kind of plan ahead. I try and figure out, like, it's weird because my body, like, changes to where it's like I have so many allergies. So if I change my diet a certain way that week, and I know that I for sure am not allergic to those things, I try and make sure I keep it under control. I have, like, medications and stuff, like creams and lotions and stuff. I make sure that week I keep it moisturized, whatever area I'm going to work on or get, you know, done. And then it keeps it to where it's not going to be inflamed. But I do experience, after I've gotten tattoos done, like that night, it's just so itchy and it burns sometimes that I'll have small reactions. And some people just use Aquaphor, and I love Aquaphor. I already do that without getting tattooed. I use that all the time, but I use the medications that I am prescribed, those creams, and I just put that on there so it reduces that inflammation. But it's just a weird personal, like, I guess not personal, but like, you know, it's a weird process, and I'm still looking for ways to better that situation, especially being that I do have it. I would love to help people that have it as well.
Yeah.
So I will help you one day. I'm on the search. I will find it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
They say that, like, turning vegan may help. Like, maybe there's dairy products. And I've tried being a vegan for about a week or two, and mad respect to people that can stick to it, because I love meat.
Right, me too. I'm
sorry, I love
carnivore.
cheese.
Like,
I love animals.
Yeah.
But
I'm like, I didn't mean to grow up this way. They forced me.
It's a cultural thing, too.
Yes, definitely. So. Can't skip out on that pozole and menudo. I'm like, ay, no. Like, I need it. So, yeah.
Do you do a lot of Texas tattoos?
Oh, yeah.
I
do.
didn't know
They're
that
very
was
simple.
Like such a big thing here.
It is, until one day this guy walks in and he said, no, but really, this guy came in and he wanted to get the graffiti wall where somebody had, I think it's a picture because obviously they had covered it later on, but it said Austin, and behind it was a bunch of different types of graffiti that other people did, but he wanted that in the middle, like inside of the Texas outline. And so I don't know what it was about it, but I love graffiti art. I love Castle Hill. It's so exciting and inspiring and colorful that I was so excited to do it. I was like, yes, let's put it all in there. And so when I had done it, I was just like, yes, this is a great example. I hope this makes people want to do something more than just that outline. So luckily for those people who, if you have one and you have nothing in there, you should, you know, put something in there. Yeah.
So you mostly get the map of just Texas, but do you also get the flag? That's a pretty common
I've done the
too.
flag on the inside or behind it flowing. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
America.
But I'm just like, darn. Okay. I see you, cowboy. Yeah. I'm just like,
but
yeah.
you're born and raised in Texas, El Paso, right?
Yes. Born in El Paso.
When did you come here?
Let's see. I believe 2008 or 2009. Yeah, it was like that summer after 6th grade. And so, yeah, I moved here. Summer went by pretty quick. And then it was like, boom, 7th grade. I was just like, oh, Jesus. Why does this place exist? Why is this like this? Yeah, it was pretty hard in the beginning, and I hated it. I actually had, like, some issues around 8th grade. Of course, this was way before I was wearing makeup and tried to make myself feel better about things, even though I know I've been told that I don't need it. But in those times, I just was like, oh, God. I went up to my parents because I had been bullied by a few, like, guys. I would draw stuff. Yeah, guys suck sometimes.
They just had a crush on you.
I know. I mean, maybe. Now that I think about it, maybe they did. But yeah, I was like, so torn. I was like, oh, like I would draw stuff, and I guess they didn't understand it, obviously, because they're guys and immature at that time. But, you know, it'd be like a girl, and she'd maybe have a little bit of cleavage or something. I would just draw stuff like that, and so they would, like, draw on top of it or, like, take those pictures and stuff like that. And so, like, really hit hard because I was just like, bro, what the hell? How dare you? So, yeah, then I, like, had gone home, and I was like, Dad, I want to drop out. Let me work at the shop full time. And he was like, oh snap, this is happening. Yeah. And like my mom was like, what? Oh my God. You know, like it was just a weird moment, I'm sure, for them too. But like we had made a deal about me graduating and like keep on going with it, because then the shop, I could, you know, have the shop and take over and stuff, and I could still work full time, but that it was important to have that education, at least high school. Yeah. At least the diploma. And so I'm glad I pushed through. And yeah, they were like, well, if it helps, you can wear a little bit of makeup or something. And I was like, I was like, I love makeup. And thus created the moments where I like I started doing crazy eyelashes and makeup, and that's where I think the inspiration came from as well, was that sad moment. But then I started playing with stuff like makeup, and then pushed forward, and it was great, and I'm glad. Yeah. I'm kind of glad that they were, we'll just say Richards. Richards. not fun like Richard Pryor. No, Richards. You get it? Okay, we're moving on. Yeah, like that. So yeah, I'm kind of glad, because sometimes out of that darkness sparks bright, beautiful, beautiful new beginnings. So I'm like, you know what? Thank you, Richards. Yeah.
I think that's what makes a good artist, is you need that pain. Yes. You can't just be happy all the time. Then what kind of release do you have?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it, but it's like, you know, you don't always want to fake that happiness, and it's okay to be sad. And I've learned that over time, that it's okay to have a crazy night and feel alone, because in all honesty, like, nobody's really alone, and we're all loved in some way, and it's better to get out of that and like feel it out than hold it in and then just destroy yourself, because we're all human, we make mistakes, you know, but we're also really fragile, even when we're like, we come off tough in many ways, but it's like, it's okay to feel. Yeah. We all have feelings. Like,
at work.
Okay. Yeah.
I always joke around about, like, scouting good places to cry.
Yeah. Smart. Yes, they'll never see in the rain. I'm swimming. It's just, we're in the pool. I'm not crying. You just like get splashed.
Chopping onions.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
But speaking of release and outlet, you've recently dove into singing and songwriting.
So not a lot of people know that I have always loved singing, but I kept it on the low because I didn't realize that I was any good. I thought I was just enjoying myself. And that people started telling me, you know, just do it. And then, like, when I started doing it, and then I'd hear something that was recorded, I'd be like, what? That's me? Like, I don't know. What did you do with your computer? Is that a trick? Like,
auto-tune?
Yeah, I was like, wow. Yeah, it was cool. I was just like, wow, maybe I'm okay. Maybe we can do something with this. And when I was younger, my Theo Jr., shout out. My Theo Jr., he would show me stuff like opera. I can't remember the artists that were like the big inspirations, but it was them and Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stuff like that. I was so into all that stuff. And when I was younger, usually kids play normally, and they're like, haha, dolls, blah, 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 I'm making a story. I would do, like, I would speak, but operatic.
Really?
Yeah, I used to, like, oh, yeah, like, where are you going? You know, and my grandpa would be like, a la fregada, ¿qué estás haciendo? You know, like, what is happening out here? And I'd be like, like, run away, you know, like, stupid stuff. Yeah, but, yeah, I've always loved singing, and I think it was when we had moved here, I was really into, like, Build-A-Bear and, like, Kids Bop. They had these competitions. When I was starting to get into social media when I was younger, they had stuff online where they would, you know, travel and pick up kids and be like, okay, well, do something cool, you know, have a fun time and do, like, a talent show. And so there was this talent, or, like, a competition, or contest. It was a contest where you could meet David Archuleta. He's still cool. I like him.
I know that name.
Yes, he's fun.
Right?
Yes,
okay.
yes, exactly. Cool. And I was so in love with American Idol when I was a kid, too. I would practice and pretend, you know, but there was this competition, and I practiced this one song that was made by Build-A-Bear, I believe. I don't remember the song. I think it was him, and he did something like a collaboration with the company. And so he made a song, and so you had to sing out of a few choices. And I did that one, and I was like, Mom, I wanted to practice this. I really want to win this contest. I like David Archuleta. He's beautiful. You know, like, she was just like, wow, okay, yeah, I'm down to listen, okay. And I'm sure she was just, like, going to be a proud mom and just be like, well, I hope this is good. And if not, I'm just going to smile and be like, great. Aww. You know, I'm sure she's a great mom like that. So, but I don't know. I guess she was surprised when I did sing. She was like, what? Yeah, I never really sung until, like, in front of them until maybe 12 or something. And so that's when they were like, whoa, okay, yeah, let's do some stuff with this, you know, like, do your thing. So there were times in the past where, you know, my dad would trade tattoos to give me, like, singing lessons or something like that. Wow. Yeah, it was rare occasions, but even though I had met with one of my singing teachers in person once, she had told me, okay, play the song that you're trying to do. Let's see what we got to work on. And so we did the voice coach, like the like, what is it called, warm-ups and stuff. And I had a lot of fun with that because I'm a goofball, and I'm just like, haha, yeah. Playing with your voice and stuff to get to certain notes was really cool. And then I sang, like, a Demi Lovato song, and she was like, wow, that was really good. Just remember to do these things, and you'll be great. You're one of my few students where I don't really have to do much. And I was just like, what? Yeah,
so cool. What happened to the David Archuleta, though? I
think there were some other kids that had made it further than me, but I had made it kind of far. It was like the mid. There was like a handful of kids, and then that shortened because it was like ongoing like that. They did like sections, and so I didn't make it, but I still had fun with it, and out of that, you know, I was able to finally sing in front of my mom. So, which is weird because she's my mom, like my birth giver. Like, I should be comfortable with her, you know, like she's been there for everything. So, but like, I don't know. I think I overcame something because of that, and so I still feel good about that being the way it went.
What song did you sing for the?
Oh, I wish I knew. I wish I could remember. Oh, I can't remember. Watch, I'm gonna remember at 3 a.m. and call you. Fatal. I found it. That's happened all the time.
Did she record it? Like, was she in the audience? Yeah, she was.
Okay, so I had practiced at home. I didn't make it to where I could go to the stadium and all that and perform in front of other kids. I feel like I wasn't ready at that time anyway, so it kind of worked out. But we were just in the living room, and I think we had recorded it or something. But I just don't remember at the moment, like, how that went. But I just know that it kind of, like, slowed down from there. But she was aware of that part of me. So, yeah.
It must have been a nice surprise.
Yeah. It was a cute little song.
Do your parents sing? Like, I mean, around, just casually around the house?
My mom, when I was little, my dad, he sings. He jokingly sings like a woman in the morning. Like, back when I was living with them, you know, you just hear something in the background where he's just like, what is that one song? I can't remember. But he would do really funny, like, high-pitched lady voice types of songs. And we're just like, is that Dad? Like, and then my mom, she's always sung to me when I was younger. And she did the, what is it? The Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Yeah, that. And I was just like, wow. You know, that I love that. And my grandmother on my father's side of the family, she used to sing all the time. She had this weird song about my tia. We would take showers, and she had these really fun, like, foamy, like, little whales and stuff, and I'd stick them on the wall while she sings, and I would chime in, and we had a little shower party. You know, when I was, like, a baby. But, yeah, she'd sing funny songs, but she had a great voice. My father's like, what? Your grandma don't know how to sing? And I'm like, whatever. She's good. Whatever. Yeah, so I feel like I might have gotten it from her, because I have a similar vibrato to hers, so it's, like, interesting.
What are the I'm kind of clueless when it comes to singing, but what are the different pitches or whatever?
Oh, so this is gonna sound weird, because
and what are
you would think I would know this, but mine, I still don't know if I'm, like, I forgot, like, there's baritone and, like, other stuff, so, like, low, high, and medium. My sister knows all that stuff because she was in choir. Oddly enough, I wasn't in choir. I was in drumline.
Really?
Yeah, so I, like, didn't get to, I still am learning how to differentiate between those different parts of music with singing. I do know what a vibrato is. But other than that, it's kind of like I kind of have self-taught. You know, I've learned that stuff on my own by listening and then trying it out, you know, in the bathroom where there's really good acoustics. And, you know, it's, like, very echoey. So, but yeah. Well,
it sounds like you inherited all of your artistic abilities.
I got so lucky.
Yeah, you are. Man,
Thank
I wish
you.
I could sing.
I'm like, I bet you could, though.
No.
I feel like anybody, well, I don't know.
Everyone has that condition, I forgot what it's called, where you think you're doing better than you really are.
Oh, I feel you. I know some people like that.
And especially when you're, like, singing to songs with the actual singer, so it kind of just blend in. And you're like,
right, in the car, like, and then it skips or something, and you're like, oh my God. You're like, I swear that I just had to cough real quick. Well, I didn't do that.
But you have a song that you've been working on.
Yeah.
That you wrote, right?
Yeah, I've written a lot of songs in the past. When I was going through my little emo screamo phase and I listened to Flyleaf a lot, I would do Flyleaf songs in my closet, and my mom would be like, oh my God. You know, like, why are you screaming? You know, stuff like that. But, like, I used to write a lot of, like, dark poetry, and then that evolved, and I started getting more into, like, the positive parts of music. Not that stuff's bad to do. I love that stuff, but I feel like my sound is more like, I'm really liking to rap. I like to rap, and I like to do stuff like Russ and Kelly Uchis type of stuff. I want to be more like, I don't know, artistic with it, more than just, you know, I love you. Why'd you leave me? You know, like something silly like that. I'm like, I used to be like that, but let's grow up a little bit more. You know, I want to be more like earthbound and more into the soul parts of it and more deep with it, as well as fun with it too. Because in some of my raps, I'm like, you know, I like to adapt to music and listen to it and try things out because I want to do all types of music. So
you have a very soothing, calm voice.
Thank you.
I see like that one clip that I reposted into my stories. You remind me of like Janae Aiko.
That's
like that kind of sound.
That's so cool that you say that. Thank you. That's a huge compliment.
Or Alina Baraz.
Oh, I love her.
Know. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, I believe so. I could be wrong.
Alina Baraz.
Yeah. Alina Baraz. Yes, I love her too. She's great. Like, they're soothing, but like, do you know who Doja Cat is? I love her. I like how she's like chill, but she can get crazy with it, and she's just like, she has this cute cat thing where she's like meow in the background, and I'm like, I like that weird sassiness, but with like a nice undertone where you're not like so aggressive,
right?
You know, so I'm trying to dabble with things. I don't really talk about it too much just because a lot of the stuff that I've written over are instrumentals that are, you know, on like YouTube or something, you know, so it's not my music completely yet, but I'm working on a lot of stuff right now, and I'm excited to bring it out for the world because that's a part of me that I kind of keep to myself, which is interesting. Like, it took me a while to get comfortable with dancing. I've always loved dancing, but there had been a few times when I was like 18 and I was trying it out, and there was this group of girls that I thought were so cool in high school. I started hanging out with them and stuff. My best friend at the time, her friend that she called her sister and stuff, came in, and I was dancing and stuff, and I did something where like my fluffy boot cover fell down, and I would like, do something small like that, and she would like make fun of me, and I could see her laughing. So like stuff like that, you know, always made me go back, and like it would push me back to square one because I was very insecure, you know, and I cared too much about what people think, and I still care about what people think just because, depending on the person, of course, I care about how I make people feel, and I like to be a good person. I like to have that good output. So you know, there's things like that that I get nervous about with music, and so being that that's how it is, I've just slowly gone into it, and then I'll meet with people and try things out and see how that goes, and if it doesn't further, then I'm like, okay, well, I learned what I shouldn't do and what I can do. And so right now I'm just kind of putting the puzzle together, and oh man, it's gonna be so exciting, but I'm very nervous. Now that I got dancing down, I'm like, I enjoy it, I could do this, but I'm like, what's next? Music, that's what's next. Because I used to do like music stuff in like concert band and stuff. When I moved here, they didn't have drumline, and I was so sad. I loved drumline in 6th grade, and back in El Paso, but then I tried percussion in concert band, so I was doing like the xylophone. So from that, I learned how to play the piano in a way, because it was similar to the piano. So yeah, it's like really cool stuff that I've learned over time.
What other instruments just that you play?
Let's see. I had guitar lessons. I had guitar lessons, but I have ADD. Plus, I was a kid. But I think everybody has ADD when they're kids. Yeah, it's just kid syndrome, like literally. You know. And I was just like, I had fun with it, but I was also very I couldn't focus on it, so I didn't further myself in guitar. You know. So, but I used to have guitars. I have a guitar, and I have a ukulele that I have yet to get into more and more with, so I'm just like,
I can see
it stares at me in the room sometimes, and I'm like, I swear I'll touch you one day. My body's not pretty. But you know.
Are you working on are you working with one particular producer, or are you in the search for producers?
I'm on the search right now. What I really want to do, I'm a long sigh, huge sigh, but like I would love to work with other producers and like work with, what is it called? My friend Brightside. His people are really cool. I think it's Weird Kind Entertainment. I think they might have changed their name recently. But they're really cool. They're all about being different. And when you go into the studio, you know, you do your thing. You just pay your dues for that, for their equipment and stuff, and you kind of go ham on it. I have yet to, like, further into that, but I know my information as far as, like, how to get into studio time. I've worked with John DeFeo recently, before he moved to LA. He's somebody I met with my friend Brittany at this event called Raw Austin Artists. Yeah, that. We had danced and stuff, you know, and we had met him there. And he does great music. And he just did some really cool, quick stuff with his, you know, setup, and just did a few things and made it sound really cool and echoey. And then we just recorded it at his place pretty quickly. And I was like, wow, that was cool. And just saying that, I'm like, I'm a huge fan of Mija. She's a DJ from Arizona. And she's this really cute white girl that I'm just like, oh, gosh, she's an angel. But her name is Mija, and I'm like, oh, what? You know, so like already I was like sold on her stuff. But she's a really cool DJ who's starting to do more than just mix things. She has this really cool like setup with, you know, a little keypad type of thing. She makes her own beats, and now she's singing and performing, but with her pre-made beats. And I've always wanted to make music with my voice. So I'm currently looking into different types of equipment so that I can DJ but also perform.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think that's what I really want to do more than anything, is perform and make it special every, you know, I don't want every performance to be the same, you know. You know how when you go to a concert or even like a comedy show and there's stuff that's like pretty much the same, and that's cool and all, but I really like doing personal stuff, personalizing, depending on where I am and different sounds. And she, Mija, doesn't stick with just one genre. She's been doing all genres, and she's trying to break that cycle of you have to be this, only this, and you don't fit into this other stuff. She's trying to, I see what she's doing. I see you. And I like it. Yeah. I'm on board with that. And I'm like, I would love to do that too.
Would you dance also in your performances, in your singing performances?
I had this weird thing in my head the other day. I don't remember. I think I was listening to this, like Cashmere Cat, who's another DJ, and he puts meows in the background, and I'm allergic to cats, but I love them from afar, okay? So we're allowed to love them too, okay? But I'm just like, in the background, it's just like, meow, you know, how cute, but it's also like whimsical, like, boom, 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 and you know, something really, yeah, exactly! I'm not even joking! I'm so serial. So yeah, like, there's stuff like that, and something happened. I think I was having a few drinks with the boys, because I have roommates, and my best friend lives with me, my boyfriend lives with me, and my sister, the 19-year-old, lives with me. And so we have moments where he has his DJ set up, and he'll play music or something. And there was just this thing that I wanted to do, but I couldn't do it because I didn't have everything there that I wanted. But I just imagined this. I had this feeling. It's a weird feeling, I don't know, where I just like was eager to, I just wanted to do it right then and there, but I imagined it instead while I was practicing my silk fans. And I just imagined me playing music and trying to put a beat together and then adding my voice into it and then playing it back and looping it and then dancing and doing fans and then going back and doing something else and then being dramatic and grabbing a paint bucket and just throwing it at, you know what I mean? Throwing it at a big canvas on the side of the freaking stage wherever I'm at. I don't know where I'm at. I'm just like, I want to do it all. I want it all now. You know, like, I need to feel this. Put it out there, you know? But so I was like, man, what if I did something like that when I performed? Is that too much or is that okay? And I'm
it's totally okay.
I'm like, nobody's, I've never seen it done like that. But then I'm like, Blue Man Group gets kind of crazy. And I'm like, maybe it's okay that nobody's done it, because maybe if I do it, then other people will want to do it too. And then you can just do an art show.
Yeah.
With all the mediums. That'd be so cool. So yeah, that's crazy that you said that, because that happened not too long ago. I'm just like, all these ideas. What do I do with them? Somebody do them. Let's do it together.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, and I can't even keep up with, I mean, I only do, photography and this, but I can't even imagine your schedule.
Oh, man, my schedule's crazy. It's hard sometimes, because I love to give love, and I love to feel love. I love to give back to my friends, but sometimes when I'm overwhelmed, I get that, everybody has depression. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm special, I'm a snowflake, and I only have problems, but there have been times where, that stuff overrides all the positivity that I've been trying to keep, and it's just like, and I'm just like, oh, my happiness, so it's just like, there are times when I stop communicating completely, and I try and fix myself and pick up these pieces, and I'm like, okay, what did we do? Why are we here? And so sometimes it affects the people that care about me, and it affects the work that I want to put out there and do with friends and other people, because it's kind of like put me at a halt, and I try not to affect them. So I'm like, okay, instead of being bleh and bringing them down here, I'm like, okay, step back for a second, just breathe, and we got to figure out what we have to do. And then later I hit them up, and sometimes I don't explain what happens, and that's something I'm working on currently, because communication is key. And it's not always okay for me to just drop out of people's lives, although I know they have that respect and understand why, but I'm trying to do better with that, because there are moments where, everything's happening at once, and I don't plan accordingly, and I just do everything, and I'm like, ooh, it's a buffet, put it all on my plate, and I'm like, wait, let's eat the greens first, then we can have dessert, so.
That's a good analogy.
Thank you. I should put it in a song. I'm just kidding. It's called buffet.
No, I totally get what you mean. I have this habit of just, I don't know. Well, that's kind of the reason why I made this podcast, because outside of work, I really don't hang out with friends. So I'm like, no, you're going to sit with me for an hour, and we're going to talk, and we're going to...
I was like, summer party? Oh, I brought my PJs. I didn't know if you wanted me to spend the night, but I figured I just would. I was just kidding, no, but I like this. This is really cool, and it's so inspiring seeing you do your work, even if you feel like you're doing minimal. I feel like you're doing so much. And I'm a big fan.
Aww,
so being here, I'm just like,
oh,
I'm here. Right, wow, this is cool.
Yeah, and we've got to shoot together, because it's been long overdue.
Mm-hmm.
We've shot just a little backstory.
You were my first. Oh yeah,
tell. So we first worked together when you got tied up.
I turned 21.
Yeah,
and I was like,
that's right.
You know what? I've always been so cute and bubbly and just like a little person, but it's okay to feel sexy, and it's okay to grow up a little bit. I'm 21, literally, like, I can drink, I can do all these things, I have these things, I'm paying bills, I'm being an adult. Why can't I enjoy that part instead of feeling like so consumed by the adult world? I'm allowed to have fun. I did get some backlash, of course. Family is not going to exactly love it. So I was like, yikes, okay. It was scary, but I didn't want, I was like, man, I don't ever want to do anything nude. I mean, maybe in the future when I'm older and, this sounds so funny. I'm like, once my boyfriend proposes and we're married and I've been locked down and it's known that that's my man, then maybe I'll do volunteer work at an art school and do something where you pose for a while. That'd be really cool, because I've always seen those and felt like, man, just the body is beautiful. But at the moment I'm just like, I would love to do those things that people do when they're nude, but but not be nude.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm 21. I see the rope tying not as exactly a sexual thing. I see it as an art because I'm such an artist, like, nerd. I'm like, wow, the way they do this and that, and they create this beautiful image. I'm like, art.
Yeah.
Mwah. Put me in there. Hang me up. Right? Yeah, so. And, oh, man, that was so cool. And I think you that same day we did a go-go photo shoot where I had worn my boots. Yeah, and I did this really crazy pose where my legs are like, you know, and I'm just like, boom. And it was... You know, you're one of my favorite photographers, and so being able to do that and say that that was like my first photo shoot as an adult, you know, it was so cool.
But
and I'm just like, wow.
I loved, you were such a great model, but looking back at it, because I've grown so much, especially with my editing, I cringe. Like, I'm like, oh my god, I didn't smooth that out.
No.
Look at the background, it's all wrinkly. And, oh my gosh. Like, I pay attention to so much detail now. Well, I'm sure you probably saw the difference between the first and second time we shot. I'm like more meticulous and I feel bad that you had to cut up your pants.
Oh no.
Or your skirt.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that. Oh no, I had no problem with that. I get ink and paint on my clothes so often that I'm just like, I should have known to be prepared. So if these are cut, then they're cut, baby. So, you know, that's the fun about clothes is you can sew, you can cut, you can redo things, and if you don't like it, then you can do something else with it and donate it, or you can just make it into something else, make it as a backdrop, or, you know, there's always a way to be, like, recycle.
Do you sew, too?
Oh, man. I sew by hand really terribly. It's very messy, but my sister, we both have sewing machines, and she's the only one who uses hers. I have yet to use mine, and I've attempted a few times with friends when we do, like, you know, our little things, making our own costumes, but I'm not at that level where I wanted to be. I used to want to be a fashion designer, so I used to draw a bunch of stuff. I have this old notebook that has a bunch of funny... I mean, they're cute, but I'm like, dang, girl. What kind of style? Yeah, like, you're not a Bratz doll. Like,
you look like a Bratz doll, though.
Oh, that made me happy. That's cool. I like that.
Has anyone ever told you look like Ariana Grande, though?
A lot of people have said that, and I'm like, I hope that's a good thing, because I can't tell. Okay, cool. I can never tell. You know, there's some controversy with her stuff, and I mean, I don't know her like that, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, she's terrible. She's a talented person, so I don't know. I think it's a compliment, but I'm also like, whoa, how dare you think I'm that beautiful? What? No. You know, I'm just like, I don't know how to explain it, but when I hear some, you know, really cool feedback, I'm annoying about it. I'm that annoying person, that friend that's just like won't shut up about how that's not right, that's not correct. And they're like, shut up, you look good, bro. Just move on. And you're like, oh, sorry. You know, I'm just...
We are our own worst critics.
It's so true. It's so true. So yeah, I mean, when you say that about like the photo shoots that we've done in the past, I do see your like the growth and like the changes and the amazing, badass, crazy, like trippy stuff you've done recently, and I'm like, oh god, my eyes, you know, like they're gonna explode into rainbows. Like, yeah, your stuff is amazing. But I love the simplistic stuff that you did back then when we first did one of my first shoots. I think I love it all. So yeah, it's really cool. But
I can't wait till we shoot again, and we just hit a little over an hour, so wow.
We did it.
So what upcoming projects, or do you have anything to promote? Like, are you going to be dancing for anything?
Let's see. I'm still go-go dancing, so I'll be there here and there, mostly Friday nights, because I changed my schedule up, and I tried to work it out with my bestie / boss and we got 2 days off, so everybody gets 2 days off now, and I'm like, yeah. Blah. So yeah, I'm like, okay, so I have Friday nights off, and I can dance now, and I'm enjoying that. So I'll be out there here and there. Pay attention to my Snapchat maybe and stuff. And
I'll have to get your handle for all that so I could put it in the description.
That'd be awesome.
And what about your song? Is the song already out?
So the song isn't out yet. I need to talk to the creator of the instrumental and see how that all works. I'm so nervous about it that I'm not sure how to go about it yet. But it has been recorded.
Are you on TikTok?
No, but that's
I heard
kind of cool.
Yeah, you can get pretty big off that.
I didn't think about that. My sister uses it, and oh my god, she makes some funny stuff and really cool stuff, and I'm like, okay, I should definitely try it out.
I don't even have TikTok, but I see it all the time, and I've heard that. I know that most use it for the lip singing, but you can actually sing too to some music.
Okay, I like
if
that.
I'm not mistaken.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna try it out anyway. Even if I could always put the actual song in the background or something. Yeah, I just gotta work on getting that instrumental and like seeing if I can buy it or hit up my friend who offered to let me come by and just make music with him. He wants to feature me in his song. Him and his friend from Puerto Rico, I think, they're making a song, and it's like bilingual. Ooh. And he was like, I would love for you to, that night that I saw you at Barcelona, this amazing person made my night. But I didn't notice until later that night, my friend Kenny from from Applebee's, when I used to do karaoke with my best friend Ari. He used to work there and do the karaoke stuff and and put that stuff on for everybody. He was DJing that night, and I was like, I love this music he's doing, whoever this is. And I was like, Kenny! Kenny! Yeah, and then after that I showed him the song I made, and then he was like, we should link up. I would love for you to be in the song. And I was just like, whoa. What? Okay, I'm down. So yeah, that's probably either that one or the one that I wrote will be out there soon.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
The one that I put out there in the small video, it's called Cara Mia, which comes from in Spanish. It translates really weird to English, and it's my face, but it's not. That's not what it means to me. And I got it from Adam's Family. If you've
I was
seen,
gonna say, I thought it was Italian.
Maybe it is. Okay. But yeah, it's Italian. So what she said. That's exactly what I said. If you play that back, don't play it back. Don't remind it. No, yeah. So I got it from that, and I wrote the song for my boyfriend.
Aww,
yep. Yeah, it's a really cute song, and I hope everybody likes it. I'm so scared, but excited, so hopefully it works out.
And I like the visual as well. So
thank you. That wasn't even a part of the video.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's just a photo shoot. I'm glad it worked out. I had just recently done a photo shoot with a guy who did John DeFeo's music video, and he was like, okay, this photo shoot was cool, but I haven't done a lot of video shoots, which is what I usually do. Do you want me to get a video of you? We could do something where you're walking through the water. And I was like, yeah, let's get funky. And I was like, yeah, I love to swim, So I did that real quick, and then I put those two clips together on Instagram, and I was like, it's really silent. Should I put some of the song in the background? So I did, and it seems to be doing pretty good. And people seem to like it, so I was like, cool, I can't wait till I actually have it out there and do a music video. Yeah, I'm pacing myself, so please be patient with me.
And will your music name be Nova? Or
that, I'm not sure yet. I'm so oh god, this is stuff I've been thinking about so much lately, especially after I posted that video. I was like, I guess this is the time I should probably start doing it now that they're saying that. So I'm still thinking about it, but I feel like Nova, Supernova, is a good name for me. I'm not sure as far as music goes, but just because I make an explosion of art. So I'm like, maybe. I mean, I might even do something silly I don't know, Nova Loca. Something crazy, something funny. And we'll see. But to be determined. Thank you so much.
We should probably wrap up.
Okay.
I can't wait to see more of you either on Dirty Sticks or listen for your music, you know, hopefully we'll get some. I'm gonna have to hook you up with some producers.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Don't blow my mind like that right now. We're on camera.
And that's the whole point of this show as well. It's like networking. I want to
great.
build a family of creators, and then like my dream is to rent out, I don't know, a venue and have a party. All
Man.
the Fatal Overdose artists.
That would be so cool. I feel like you would throw the best parties.
Yay!
Oh, yeah. So I'm volunteering. I will buy all the taquitos. Yeah. That's awesome.
Well, thank you again, and hope to please check her out at, where's your tattoo shops in Georgetown?
Georgetown. It's called tsbluesandtattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you need some tattoos, just ask for Nova.
Yeah, hit me up.
Yeah, just don't ask for boring stuff.
Yeah, please. No more repetitive stuff on Pinterest. If you want something on Pinterest, we can make it yours, you know. Just like, let's sketch it up, dude. That's why I'm here. I'm an artist, so.
Well, here's my ritual.
Okay.
Clink, clink, until next time.
Yay. Cheers, mate.
You can reach us at fatalpodcastatx@gmail.com or Instagram at fatalappeal.